My name is Bob Bernhardt, and I'm the Principal Pops Conductor of your Grand Rapids Symphony. I started in music playing the piano, studying with Marianne Hargrave, who lived in the street behind me in Rochester, cut through the yards to go to my lessons. And she was perfect. And when people say to me, "To whom do you owe it all?" Many times I say, I owe it to my first piano teacher, like you hear people say, but it's really true in my life. But then I was 9 when Bach became a lightning strike inspiration to me. And then when I was 12, it was the Beatles. So I started playing guitar at the same time as I was studying piano, and did a little bit of both all the way through high school. I played in a rock and roll band through high school, but I did it all the way through there, and then that morphed in college into the coffee house acoustic world. But I think also to say is that in my house growing up, my mother listened to the crooners. She was a Julius LaRosa, Vic Damone, Peggy Lee type of person. So that music was in the house. And then she got really dangerous and started listening to Bobby Darin and Johnny Mathis. And so I had that. I had my classical training. I had my own work as a relatively semi-accomplished rock and roll guitarist. And so all of that actually has really helped as the world of pops became larger and larger in my life, because it all happens. I think my path to conducting was rather odd, because I talked about my musical youth, but I was very much a jock when I was a kid. I played 4 years of soccer and baseball in both high school and in college. My college was a Division II school at the time. Then in my senior year of college, I had the first chance to actually conduct an orchestra. I was the librarian, stage manager, personnel manager for the school community orchestra there. And over about a 2-year period, I begged sufficiently that I was finally given a chance to actually conduct the orchestra. And without getting too metaphysical about it, when I was conducting the orchestra, my musical self and my athletic self met. There was a sense of physical comfort to me being on the podium. I didn't particularly feel self-conscious, because as an athlete, that's ruinous if you can't be really self-conscious and be successful. And I found out as a pianist that I wasn't good enough to be a soloist. So I was looking for another outlet for the music inside me, and basically it all happened at that time. In 1992, I was invited to be a guest conductor with the Boston Pops for the first time, and very gratefully so by John Williams. And I went and began what is now a 22 or 23-year relationship with the Boston Pops. There is nothing like conducting pops at the home, the mothership of pops in Boston, and especially in Symphony Hall. It's a thrill beyond compare. I think the best thing for me about conducting pops is that there are no longer really any limits in the world of pops. A pops concert might have some classical music on it from the basic repertoire. It might have everything from Brahms to Beatles to Gershwin to Led Zeppelin. And the fact that I grew up with all of this music in my life makes this seem very natural. And I really love it when we as an orchestra shift gears and give our audience the ability to hear music of all kinds, sometimes within a half-hour period.